what is the bottom line coming there? Can you remove that? Some Google thing out. Stop sharing. I say removed. Okay. So the core competency is very important if you want to have the competitive advantage. And with that, core competence fuels innovation, creative thinking, skills, and product leadership to achieve competitive advantage and to formulate products for the future. Now, if you look at a product life cycle, you see it has got various elements like specification, design, process and manufacturing, production, servicing, and also the customer feedback and improvement continuously. So these all, when you look at this product life cycle, if you really want to evaluate its real value, you go for a value chain management. When you draw the value chain, based on my experience on nearly 50 products, I have standardized this value chain, which talks about two elements. That is the value of the product. Another one is the quality of the product. If you see the red points, 10, 50, 60, the red points in the line, if you see, that reflects on the quality. The quality is dictated by design. You see that design has got 40% corresponding to the quality of the product. Similarly, when you say the value of the product, the blue boxes, if you see, 50% of the value is from the design. So what is important if you want to be more competitive and to have more entrepreneurship? What is important is you must have that design and manufacturing should be with you. The knowledge content should be with you. Then only you will be able to shine. Now, I will take one example to you. This is a program called Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. But they are not open. They are not saying it is not coming or not coming.
They are listening.
You switch on the mics when
they open the mic and they
So yes, they are.
but they are listening. They are listening.
Voice is going, sir. Voice is going.
ये इसको अगर हटाएंगे तो फिर वो बंद हो जाता है. इसको रहने दे. ये जो बार है, ये वाला बार है. नहीं, ये वाला stop sharing वाला. इसको hide कर दीजिए. Hide कर दीजिए.
Oh, that I switched off.
Stop sharing. So it has start going.
But it was coming in the in between.
Now it is okay, sir.
You check up with them whether they are able to see.
No, sir, here only, sir. If it is coming here, it will come there also.
Okay.
They are listening.
I think I will continue now. Let me take an example, which is the missile program started by Dr. Abdul Kalam in 1983 July. I was associated with this program as program director, so I am able to convey to you what really happened. When we started this program, we evaluated the user requirements. User is our Army, Navy, Air Force. They need missiles for fighting the war and win the war. So when you look at the requirement, they always want the winning edge with them. That means you need to have the best of the equipment with them, the world, because they can buy from outside, so they want the best. There are two classes of missiles. One is called strategic system, where it is nuclear powered and which is you cannot buy from outside. But other missiles, which are called the defensive weapons, which can be bought. So when you don't have the performance equivalent to what others can give, your equipment is not going to be bought. Then it is a defeat of the program. So there is no point in starting a big program in the country to finally to end up saying that user saying, no, we don't want. So to overcome this, we have to have a strategy. That strategy is we should make the missiles which are contemporary in performance to an advanced country. We are not talking about our neighbors. We are talking about the advanced countries like USA, Europe, where the best weapons are there. We should make equivalent to them. Now, when we look at our background, we are 30 years behind the developed country, technology-wise. Can we really overcome them? So that's a big question. So we decided that we should go for some newer concepts which are not implemented by others. We should go for some forecast, some new technologies which are going to overtake the others. So what are they? Let me give some example to you. Sorry. This is what is called Prithvi, a project for developing a surface-to-surface missile, which has got a range of about 300 kilometers, carrying 1 ton warhead. So it can, if you send a missile from one point to the another point, it travels in a parabolic trajectory. All missiles in the world, they travel in parabolic trajectory. That's why they are called ballistic missiles. That is the physics, that is the fundamental. So when all the people are doing like that, and when we are starting a new project like this, first we thought we should not plan a parabolic trajectory. We should make it to fly the trajectory which we want, which is not done by others, but we want that. If you look at this trajectory in this slide, starting point is called LP, launch point. End point is the target point, TP. So when it flies, it should fly in a parabolic trajectory. What happens is when the missile takes off, the flame which is very hot, the satellite picks up the heat, and satellite gives the trajectory of the missile, the initial stage. Then you extrapolate, you know where it is going. This is how in the Gulf War, the Americans could deploy the Patriot missiles to intercept these Scud missiles. Now, when we launch, we don't want to give this information to the enemy. So first we thought we will have a maneuverable trajectory. Maneuverable trajectory means a trajectory which is not predictable. You fly from Chandigarh to Delhi, but you go to Jalandhar, like that, go to Jaipur, then finally you land in Delhi. People will not know. So that means there is no reaction time for the enemy to pick up and intercept it. This is called maneuverable trajectory. First time in the world introduced by India. So this is the concept. When by making a concept different, you will be able to overtake even the best of the countries. Now they are following this because we have told them this is what we have done. So now they are copying us. Similarly, the accuracy. If you take the accuracy of the system, we don't have the best of the equipment in our country. We don't have the best sensors to tell the missile where you are and to correct it. Because when the missile is flying, it's a deviation of the missile from the trajectory is computed. The deviation is computed by a sensor, which should be accurate. The correct accuracy is very important, and that information goes to the onboard computer to give the correct signal. Now the sensor, if it is a weak sensor, you will get information wrongly. We are not able to get the best of the weapon because there is an MTCR, missile technology regime, imposed by all these big countries. So India is barred from getting any good sensor component or equipment material from any big countries. So we have to do everything by ourselves. So we thought what to do, how to get that accuracy which is required. So 4 young people innovated that they characterized this sensor, identified its behavior, run the trajectory on the ground like flying a missile, then finally evaluated the error which builds up inside and computed the error, and they have developed an error modeling. This error modeling helps the system when it's flying to correct it back, then finally you come to the accurate level. So we are today able to get an accuracy instead of 300 meters error from the launch point, which is allowed, but we are getting only 10 meters error. So that is the very top class innovation in the world, to inject a software in the hardware. This is an innovation by our people. This is Prithvi. Similarly, Agni, it's a long range missile. So when it is to fly 5,000 kilometers, it has to fly, it has to go 800 kilometer altitude, and then it has to come back. When it comes back, it is called re-entry. You know about Kalpana Chawla, you are very familiar. She went all the way to the space, 300 meters, 300 kilometer altitude. The space shuttle experiments were conducted, and when she was coming back at the re-entry point at 85 kilometers, because of the failure of the thermal protection system, a crack in one of the tiles of the thermal protection finished off the space shuttle. So she died. So the critical development technology to be developed, and which is highly guarded technology, is called the re-entry technology. During re-entry, the temperature is 3000 degrees centigrade. So you have to pierce it, come back to the earth safely. We are going to send man to the moon. India will send one day, very recent, I can say within the next 10 years. So when we are sending the person, you have to come back, he should come back safely. That technology to be proved, that is the mission of the Agni projects. So the Agni project, when we are done that, if the video is not coming, video. See, this I don't like your interference. Talk your close off. Agni video. Okay. See. The system is still not perfect. The stock should not be broken. You leave it. You please. I don't want you. Let me talk. Otherwise, the talk will be off. I don't have time also. Where is my slides? Slide. Okay, you are seeing the side, the Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Agnis you are seeing. Agni 1 is 700 kilometer range, and the Agni 5 is 5000 kilometers. So that you will see the outer circle. You are not able to see the center part. That is the video of the Agni 5 launch, which goes to 5000 kilometers. So the important innovation in Agni is developing a supercomputing system. Because when we talk about re-entry, which I told you was a very important technology, if you look at this configuration here, the shape is very important. If the shape is wrongly designed, it will not reach the target point. And because of the plasma region at the re-entry, it can take any direction and it can go. So to make it amenable for a perfect trajectory, you need to design a good configuration. So this configuration, we have got about thousands of configuration in front of us, and each configuration has got 100,000 grid points, and each grid point analysis was taking 9 days with conventional computer with the software. So to avoid that, we needed a supercomputing system. The supercomputer was not available in 80s. I am talking about 80s. Supercomputer was not available in India, except one Cray XMP given by Americans under contract to weather prediction for the IMD. And that computer is not available for area for work, and because they put restriction. And new computer was denied to India. So with that time, we thought that we should develop a supercomputer in India. So 14 young people joined together to develop in 24 months a supercomputer. They developed what you are seeing here called PACE Plus, which is 1.7 gigaflop, and it was 20 times faster than the Cray XMP, which was refused to us. This was developed in 24 months by young people who just came from the college. And parallelly, we developed the codes for the computational fluid dynamics, new codes for analyzing the various configurations, and with that we reduced from 9 days to 5 minutes each iteration. So these are development innovation which the others have not done. They may be having big supercomputers, but they don't have the quality software which we are talking about. So the software plus hardware combination developed by two centers, one at Bangalore IISc, Indian Institute of Science, and another at Hyderabad, Anurag. So that helped us to reduce the time drastically and to go for a good configuration for Agni. And you must have heard, all Agni flights are successful and the re-entry is perfect. And we are able to now today target any point very accurately. That means up to 5000 kilometers We have no enemy today. That is the strength of our country. Another important area is the technology of material. You have to develop material which can withstand 3000 degrees centigrade for the re-entry mission. This also nobody will teach you how to develop such material. Very guarded technology which has been developed as a consortium. Many people, as a national strength, many people have joined together to develop this technology to make the fibers, fiber to tows to go for a new type of weaving, making it densified and then graphitized. All process we have gone through, and today we have mastered. India has mastered the carbon technology for re-entry, which will be useful for the man to re-enter again from moon or Mars. You send people, they can come back safely. So like this, many technologies have been developed in India when there is a denial regime. Big countries imposed MTCR, but we have effectively combated the MTCR, taught a lesson to them. There is no point in your control. We can develop everything. So the Indian minds very strongly work when he is denied. When somebody says you can't do it, then we will prove that we will do it. That is our strength. Technology denied is technology gained. Now during this time, we have seen a very interesting situation in 1991, the Gulf War, where the Saddam Hussein was very effectively defeated by a missile called cruise missile. These are Tomahawk missiles launched by the Americans from the Arabian Sea. They flew at a very low altitude. Cruise missile is the one which flies at a very low altitude quietly, and then it reaches the target point very effectively and precisely removes all the targets. So this cruise missile India wanted to develop, learning a lesson from the Gulf War, and the cruise missile all over the world, they were all subsonic. That means all the people have developed cruise missiles to fly at a low speed and do all maneuver. They are all subsonic. That means speed is less than the speed of sound. And when we started thinking of the developing a cruise missile, we don't want to be second to anyone. Our concept is always be first. So we thought of developing supersonic cruise missile. The first country attempting to make a supersonic cruise missile, that means speed is Mach 3, 3 times faster than the sound India wanted to make. And this supersonic missile, how do we make? That question came. We need an engine which can give the speed. We need a good guidance system, and it should fly good trajectory. This is all a very challenging task, and it is to be done very fast before the other people come to know about the project and they start doing. We should do it. So we started thinking about an engine, and you can see that engine was available in Russia. Russia was the only country who had developed a supersonic engine, but it was available there, and they got crashed. So the Soviet Union crashed in 90s. At that time, this engine was available. So I located that engine and then started getting a work with them and formed a joint venture. This is an unexplored path. First time India has gone for a defense joint venture with Russia to design, develop and manufacture and market one of the world's leading missiles, the missile which no one has seen. So we have shared the work, and very importantly, we put our resources 50.5% from Government of India and 49.5% from Russia. So this gives a very important ratio to make our government money to operate as a private sector. Because anything less than 51 becomes a private company. So we registered as a private company with government money and started because we want to do it very fast. And we developed the missile as a multi-platform approach. That means it can fly from ship, can be from land, from under the land, or called silos, or from the under the sea, and from the aircraft. Multi missions it can do, very low altitude to high altitude. It can be flown in snow mountains or in desert or on the sea. It can target any type of targets on the sea or on the land, small or big. So this is a very important system, and no one has done such a system which can be used universally. So it's only one of its kind in the world, whole world. And it has been already introduced into the armed forces. For not seeing the videos, I will show you later. And for land, army, all inducted in our services. And you can just see the comparison. Tomahawk is the American and BrahMos is Indian. You can see the speed is 0.8 of Mach is speed of sound. This is 2.8, that is 3 times. So 1/3 you can reach the target. That means you are first engagement of the target. That means you are not giving any reaction time to the enemy. Next is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is proportional to the velocity square. So when speed is more, your destructive power becomes doubled. That is 9 times it becomes destructive power. And you can salvo, you can fire every 3 seconds one missile goes. That means is when you have in our ship 16 missiles, 16 targets can be engaged at every 3 seconds. This is a very big power we have. So we are today standing number 1 in the world. We are number 1. America is number 2. So we have started the investment of $300 million to start the project, and our production we have done 6 billion. This shows the entrepreneurship. This is a new venture. Very short time, 98 the project was sanctioned. 99 funds were given by both the governments, and then 2001 we started flying, and 2004 we have inducted. This is the fastest in completion of the project. Well within the time, you can see the Navy and Army today have in their armory the system BrahMos available to engage any enemy. No enemy is there. That's the problem today. That is the power of our missile. So we have tilted the table from a zone of importer to zone of exporter. Today our missile is demanded by many countries. So there is a turning we have done. So because we know how to manufacture, we know how to design and how to introduce innovative approaches. So innovation only that would make a country a strong country. So innovation is very, very important. Design knowledge is important, and we should be successful if you can manufacture. The make in India is innovate in India, design in India, manufacture in India, and export from India. Then make in India is successful. So you can see the concept is, can we leapfrog, can we jump? Mind to market. Anything you start, you think of market first. Brand, can you establish a brand? And you should be prepared to travel in unexplored paths. You can do that. The 3 important parameters. One is the creativity, which starts from the thinking of new ideas. Innovation, speed, precision and power, and leadership. Because here multi-countries are involved, so complexity is more, the leadership is important. So if you can have innovation, creativity and leadership with a good concept and best practices of management, then you interconnect all your partners together, stakeholders together, use best of the technology, then you can make a world-class product. So today BrahMos is a world-class product, highly demanded product by Indian Armed Forces and other countries, and we have realized the best. So the lesson is, if we are expected to achieve results never before accomplished, we must employ methods never before attempted, but with the utmost honesty. Then you will be successful in life. I will pass at this time.
Yes.
Video, I will show the video. Actually, I have got more slides. Okay, I will show one more thing to you. So, by having completed the supersonic, today India is working on hypersonic. From 3 Mach number, we are now going to 7 Mach number, and that too we are thinking of Lord Krishna having the Sudarshan Chakra. That's the only weapon which is a moving weapon of the god, and it comes back to him. So we want to send and bring back that missile back so that it can be used repeatedly. So this is our concept now. And I will leave this at this point because I can tell you a few more things. One is about the leadership. Leader should must have a vision. Without a vision, leader cannot be there. Leader must know how to use the vision into a passion to realize the vision. He should exhibit dynamism and lead from the front. Leader must travel unexplored paths. He should not be worried about risk. Take risk. He should manage failures and defeat the problems. He should become master of the problems. Leader must have courage to take decisions. Leader must have nobility in management of people. Leader must be transparent in every action. So there are many leaders who have come in India, like a visionary leader is Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, who introduced space program for our country. And today, you know, space is a very, very successful program. And he is a great visionary of our country. And the passion to realize a vision, white revolution. Today, India is the largest producer of milk in the world because of one man, Varghese Kurian. Then the failure, courage to face failure, Abdul Kalam. When he launched the first missile, first rocket, SLV-3, on 10th August it failed. He was not defeated. He overcome the problem, and next 1 year, that is July 18, 1980, he launched very successfully and put their satellite into the orbit and made India a space club member. So you should not get defeated by problems. And you need nobility. This is process Satish Dhawan. When the launch failed, what just now I told, SLV-3 failed, the mission director was Abdul Kalam. So he told Abdul Kalam that you are a good project director, failure will happen, doesn't matter, you go with your team and do analysis. And he went to the press. Dhawan went to the press meet, all press people were there. There he said that I take the full responsibility of the failure. He did not show the project director to the press. When it became successful, on 18th July 1980, Professor Dhawan was not there in the press conference. He said, project director, you go and meet the press people. He didn't go there. This is leadership, nobility in leadership. Like these leaders, there are different good leaders we have seen in this country. This is one of the another example, the transparency and integrity in action. When you use public money, how do you behave? This is the metro project in Delhi was managed so effectively, completely transparent. Good report from CAG. So like this, there are leaders who come. So I wish all of you that you must also become leaders, good leaders. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, we thank Dr. Pillai for taking very wonderful session. And now this session is open for question answer session. We will take this session one by one. We will take center by center. Is that okay? So, which center first? I'll request all the centers to please keep the questions ready. We will see some of the videos first, and then
No, video is not coming.
this is not coming. Okay, fine.
Yes?
They can play, sir. They can play. They can play the videos.
Which one? Yeah. Video series launched from Pokhran, land to land, going from land to point, launch point, is going long way and looking at the targets and then hits the targets. This is next. Agni is having 5, Agni 5 years. So this is the Agni 5 going 5,000 kilometers. I cannot show the full video to you, so I'll stop it. The ship launch,
target me, you know.
Ship launch.
Yes, yoga.
Ship.
We can show them any Pakistani target being hit. They will be very happy.
Navy combat. Navy combat. Yes. This target hit. So within 4 minutes, enemy ship is completely grounded.
How many kilometers? Sir? How many kilometers?
300 kilometers. You can see the Titanic there. Okay, I think we will stop here. Question. Okay, question.
Sir,
Question.
Okay, I think now we are taking the questions from the audience at different centers. I'll take the centers one by one. First, we go to the Rajasthan Institute of Engineering and Technology at Bandra, Ajmer. Any questions from that center, please? We can take up at least one question from every center if the time permits. Yes, do we have any question from this Rajasthan Institute of Engineering and Technology, Ajmer?
Okay. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, session was good, but no question.
No
Thank
questions.
you.
Okay.
Have you listened to that talk? Was it audio? The clear? The presentation was clear to you?
Was okay. The lecture was okay. lecture ठीक से सुना था आपको वहाँ पर अच्छे से दिखा था.
प्रॉपर नहीं आ रहा था सर.
प्रॉपर नहीं आ रहा था लेकिन आप तो प्रॉपर आ रहे हैं तो बहुत अच्छे आ रहे हैं.
सो तो ठीक है सर. हम लोग तो उसके वीडियो को देख रहे थे. इनसाइड टेक्नोलॉजी तो कहीं कुछ वैसा डिस्क्रिप्शन तो था नहीं सर. तो
नहीं, वीडियो के अलावा जो लेक्चर था, लेक्चर ठीक है जो है पहले.
लेक्चर ठीक था सर, बट देयर वाज इंट्रोडक्टरी लेक्चर ओनली ना. ये अग्नि समय आया और मतलब किस साल क्या हुआ लाइक दैट.
पहले कभी सुने इसके बारे में. नया चीज होगा ना ये बात.
Okay, thank you. We'll take next question. Question.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We are connecting with NIT Srinagar right now. NIT Srinagar. Any questions from NIT Srinagar, please?
NIT Srinagar.
Yes, please.
I have a question. We usually procure all this defense equipment from the USA, and mostly it is being designed by USA. And we feel that we are efficient enough that we can design our own. Where we are left behind?
Okay.
See, let me tell you. We are not making all the equipment which are needed for the Army, Air Force, and the Navy in the country. Selected things are required because, for example, when you talk about strategic systems, no country will part with. Those things have to be developed only within India. That is why we have to go for programs like Agni. We have to go. Similarly, war winning, the best of the equipment, no country will give. You said about America giving design and developed, and then they produce and supply. That is the big program our country today has taken up. We are today importing nearly 70% of our equipment of the armed forces, and only 30% is indigenous. This table has to be turned. We should make 70 to 80% in India and get only little things which we are not able to make, only we should go. India has developed industries. Today the Indian industries are very competent to make equipment in the country. We must believe Indian industries and make it in India. That is the idea of make it in India. There is no point in buying equipment from other countries. But you can buy the transport plane, that type of thing you can buy. But critical equipment, critical software should be from India. That is the policy. For example, the electronic warfare systems are totally indigenous. Our naval underwater sensors and equipment, they are indigenous in the Navy. We are building our own ships. So the things are changing. Radars are ours. So all the software systems are ours. Supercomputer is ours. So things are making, we are making a difference, and it will take some more time to realize the situation that 80% is Indian. But it can be made. India is a great nation. It can be made.
Yes, thank you so much.
And one more question.
One more question, okay. We'll take one more question from NIT Srinagar. Yes, please.
Sir, regarding the entrepreneurship, we are having here, there are so many that Tata and other India, they are entrepreneurship, great entrepreneurship, but they are not putting their money in the security equipment or the defense equipment. Am I right?
Yes, yes, you are right, because they don't want to take risk. Anything you invest should give return. So they calculate which will give return. So Tata invests on ornaments, watches, that type of thing. He will invest where he can get money, cars. But what is required is rightly what you said. You seem to be highly patriotic from your question. So what I am saying is, you are perfectly right. The investment, like the JN Tata invested in the steel industry and made this country a steel country, today's Tata family and others should invest more on the critical systems which are needed for the country. That is what is required by them. So now today when we talk about entrepreneurship, it is not entrepreneurship of Tatas. Entrepreneurship has come from the young people. Today the young people in engineering colleges and the IITs, they want to start their own industries. That is entrepreneurship, and they will be very successful. I'm seeing many entrepreneurs come up now the recent times, and they will be very successful. India is changing dramatically.
Thank you so much. We go to the next center, please. We go to PBP Siddharth Institute of Technology at Vijayawada. Yes, can we have some question from Vijayawada, please? Please put on your mic, and you can. Any questions from Vijayawada?
No question, sir.
Have you followed what I said?
Yes, sir.
You are very close to the Hyderabad Missile Center. You should have more questions.
Shah is there. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we go to another center. This is PV Raman Engineering College at Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Yes, any questions from the center, please?
Hello.
Audience.
Hello.
Yes. Please speak.
That's a nice presentation. Question. Is there
Thank you.
Hello. Is
Thank
there
you.
any-
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Security issues. What are the security issues that are taken care of in the space research?
Space research. And what do you want in space research? Security.
Sir.
Yes, security issues are there in space research also, because finally, after all, we are launching satellites. They are also used for military communication. So there are security issues related to that. And then the navigation, you want to monitor the borders, remote sensing, all are related to security issues.
And since these are all security issues, they cannot be divulged also.
How open source technology is used in this space research?
Repeat your question, please.
What open source technology is used in this space research?
No, see, there are multiple things being used. Open source is one of the things which normally people use nowadays for the, yeah, it is used. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other question from the same center, please? Well, we are falling short of time. I can take only one more center, please. And go to Chandigarh University, Gurgaon. Chandigarh University, Gurgaon. Yeah, Nadir Engineering College, do you have any questions? College of Ludhiana, Punjab, do you have any questions, please?
Followed the presentation.
We have conducted 2 days that program, internship program.
We are not able to see the speaker. Can we see the speaker who is
We also will.
Not properly.
yes. From Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College? Say either yes or no.
Yes, yes.
Have you followed the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? You have any questions, please?
A very good morning to Dr. Pillai.
Okay.
On behalf of all the audience, I want to congratulate for giving us the insights for the Make in India project. So, but my question is how we can contribute in this project.
Not audible, please repeat.
Voice is cutting.
My question is how we can contribute to this Make in India project.
Make in India project.
Yeah.
How do we make it happen? That's the question.
No, how we can contribute.
How we can contribute? See, number one, what is Make in India? Innovate in India. That means you have to bring the good, give the knowledge. Faculty is responsible to give the knowledge. Number two, encourage them to do projects, advanced projects. Third, interact with industries and take projects in the institutions and develop the students. So you make them, give them the idea of entrepreneurship in the beginning stage itself. Entrepreneurship only if it grows up, you Make in India comes. Buying and putting it in India and allowing foreign country to make in India is not Make in India. You have to encourage youngsters to have entrepreneurship. That is why this topic of innovation and entrepreneurship to the faculty members. So it is your responsibility to make the youngsters to innovate, to become an entrepreneur. That is the contribution you can make.
Not audible.
Your mic is mute.
Mic is mute, yes. First mute. Yeah. Yeah, please put the question.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
That's right.
My question is how we can contribute in the defense projects.
How to contribute to defense?
No, you see, today DRDO is giving an opportunity for all the institutions to come out with proposals for doing such projects. Nearly 25 crores has been allotted only to carry out such projects in academic institutions. But
आप आ सकते हो 10 मिनट के लिए आ जाइए वो भी
they want to evaluate and give funds for the development of the institutions, particularly institutions like you. If you come out with the proposals, definitely you will have projects. There is a site you have to see, the research boards of DRDO, the DRDO.org you will see, you go to boards, research boards. They have got the life science, they have got aeronautical research board, then they have the armament research board, naval research board. All these boards are providing opportunity for academic institutions to do projects. So you can definitely participate in the projects by which you will be able to contribute to the defense, and then your students also will finally get accommodated in such research projects. So that is the way you have to contribute to them.
Yes. Yeah. Hello.
I'm Gaurav from SJT University, sir.
Hello.
Sir, I was we had the opportunity of visiting
Hyderabad.
Okay, we take up this.
Hello. May I come in?
Sir, can we have the opportunity of visiting your institute with our students so that they can get encouraged or learn something?
At Noida.
Yes, good morning, sir. Am I audible? Yes, sir. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Hello.
Hello. So is my audio coming?
Hello?
Is my audio coming, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Sir. So I have a very basic question because this workshop orients us towards open source technologies. So through that, software accessibility is available. But if we talk of pan-India development using open source technology, then how do we come across the limitation forced by internet access all throughout the country?
Okay, good question. But I am not able to answer to you because it's a very specific question on that. But we defense also people use the open source software they use, and nowadays it has become a very important element for developing the new type of systems, because we have got flexibility in that. Flexibility makes an opportunity for us.
Sir, but the major issue, like, as you were saying, that we are getting more innovative in creating indigenous technologies. So can't we do something about making connectivity or accessibility throughout India, like we had done with the television broadcast of national networking?
You can do the networking, yes. Can be done.
Right, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The last center, this is Shri Guru Gobind Singh Tricentenary University at Gurgaon, Haryana. This is the last center, please. Last question. Yes. If you go to Gurgaon, please.
Sir, can we have the opportunity of visiting your organization with our students so that they can learn something or they can get encouraged? Should I repeat, sir? Should I repeat?
Hello, please repeat.
Yeah, sir.
Please sit down. Please sit down. They are not able to see you.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, I want to ask that can we have the opportunity of visiting your organization with our students, DRDO, so that they can get encouraged?
This, hello?
Yes,
which organization you want to visit?
DRDO.
DRDO where? He is from where?
Delhi.
Gurgaon. But what is your interest?
Gurgaon, Delhi, NCR.
What is your interest? What do you want to know? What systems you want to know?
Manufacturing department.
Manufacturing is not in Delhi, not in Gurgaon.
So where it is?
Then you have to go to manufacturing place like Hyderabad, where manufacturing is there. Bangalore, where the aircraft is being manufactured. Pune, where the armament systems are manufactured. Definitely you can go, no doubt about it. You have to write to the director of the lab, and then he will allow you to visit, no problem. We are encouraging all engineering colleges.
Sir, what are the main concern areas in NCR?
What are the main? Can you repeat again?
Main concern. You should list the people. Hello, you are able to hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will tell you the guideline I will give you. You have to first list the people who you want to take with you. Then you have to tell what is your interest. Is it in armaments? Is it in aircraft systems, or is in missile systems? You should tell your interest. Based on that, your interest, you write to the respective director. You see the internet of DRDO. List of all directors are there. All the labs are there. What they do in the lab, it is there. So if we see that and decide where do you want to go, you write a letter to the respective director that I want to take 50 students and I want to come and I want to visit your laboratory. Please allow me. He will allow you. Wherever the secrecy is not there, they will take you, show you these things, and you can see that. There is no problem.
Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you very much to all the centers. We have really enjoyed the session. Thank you.
Okay, I take this opportunity to thank our worthy resource person, Dr. Pillai, for taking a very wonderful session and highlighting some of the major initiatives being undertaken by the Government of India in the field of defense sector. And we are also very happy that some of the participants, they have shown their interest and regarding
You don't have any question. You
putting
people.
the question. We just forgot taking this with you.
See, directly we can interact.
Okay, I think with the tea break we can have us.
Okay, thank you.
So I once again thank sir for taking a very wonderful session. I thank all the participants for having a very wonderful discussion. Thank you.
I request all remote centers to, now this is a tea break and after 15 minutes we will meet again and we will continue with the sessions. Thank you. दस मिनट में लेके आपने कुछ करना है तो 10 मिनट लेके खत्म कर दूंगा वर्चुअलाइजेशन वाला तो 5 मिनट पहले सेटिंग शूटिंग कर लो आपने इसमें करना है इसमें करना तो उससे करवा लो आप कुछ कर देगा इसमें गूगल
Hello, can we go for tea break?
Yes, you can go for the tea break.
Okay, thank you.
Tea break and after 15 minutes we will meet. हाँ भी चलेगा टी ब्रेक वो एज पर टाइम टेबल चलेगा सेशन
They are starting from basic and then intermediate and then role and applications of open source in various domains.
वालेकुम सर क्या हाल है अस्सलाम वालेकुम क्या हाल है हेलो
Actually, backdrop is there.
Well,
हेलो खोलो नाल चले गए नहीं विनय जी बैठे हैं आप हेलो चले गए बचा भी
हेलो
हेलो
कर दिया माइक के बाद क्लिक कर दिया
हेलो
हेलो
हाँ जी अजय जी डॉक्टर अजय गुरु नानक देव इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज
बोलिए जी
हेलो
हाँ जी सुन रहा हूँ
टी ब्रेक होगी अभी जस्ट बस आफ्टर 5 मिनट्स वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट एज पर द टाइम टेबल
सर 10 मिनट तक कर लीजिएगा अभी
11:35 कर लेते हैं स्टार्ट
ठीक है 11:40
पर आप नहीं दिख रहे हो
अरे दिख रहे हैं
सर कैसे लाइट नहीं बढ़ रही आप नहीं दिख रहे हो
कोई दिक्कत नहीं सेशन दिख रहा है आपका कौन सा कॉलेज है मैडम? गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी आपकी की? ठीक है। बस लॉगिन करते चल जाएगा फिर आपका। इनको पासवर्ड दे के क्या रन करेंगे तब 123 है ना आपका @123 CSC।
वो मेल अभी नहीं डाला उनको मेल।
नहीं उसके बाद मैं 10 मिनट में अपना सेशन खत्म करके करना शुरू।
ये मैं स्क्रीन शेयर किया हुआ है।
स्क्रीन शेयर तो चाहिए।
आपने क्या किया है?
वही चल रहा डिफॉल्ट तभी आ रहा ना आपके।
चलो ठीक है, स्क्रीन शेयर है, आपने स्क्रीन शेयर दिखाना कुछ।
हाँ मैं क्या
वर्चुअल बॉक्स में
हाँ।
आपका 11
क्या टाइम हो गया पूरा एग्जैक्ट टाइम क्या हो?
11
3 मिनट।
जैसे लिनक्स में करते हैं मैक्सिमम फाइल साइज 16 GB तो चाहिए फाइल साइज मैक्सिमम ये तो फिर मर्जी है सर एक फाइल का साइज मैक्सिमम जो कैन हैंडल मैक्सिमम फाइल साइज आई नो इसका कांसेप्ट है ना इसमें पॉइंटर लगते हैं तो उस हिसाब से मैक्सिमम 16 GB एमबी में एक्सेलेरेशन है तो मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ अगर हम 17 GB की फाइल में ऐसे बनेगी ना तो ये क्लाउड वाले कैसे बन जा रहा है सेव करने सिंगल फाइल होती है फाइल सिस्टम तो शैल वी स्टार्ट द सेशन नाउ अच्छा आप में से गवर्नमेंट के कितने गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन से आपने भर दिया टीएडी अभी दे दो कितनी वो तो अकाउंट का चाहिए ना फोटोकॉपी चाहिए अकेले आप लिख दो फिर वो बस करते हैं काट के बस जितना भी है ना वो एज पर रूल दे देंगे आप अपना भर दीजिए इसका कितना है वायरलेस पे ना जाओ वायर्ड पे जाओ अच्छा वायरलेस की दिक्कत आएगी वायरलेस जैसे तार लगा लो ना तार Okay, now we are going to start the session on as per the timetable on virtualization technology. Now, before starting the virtualization technology, I would like to ask remote centers and local center of NITTTR few 2-3 questions, and we'll start with virtualization technology. So first we'll ask from ये कौन सा center है? Where is it? From RIT Rajasthan, how many operating system can we install on one machine?
Operating system, and after that we can start virtual operating system, multiple virtual operating system.
Right. And how many we can run at the same time?
I think 2, sir.
Today we'll see we can run hundreds of operating system at the same time, depend on our hardware and RAM specifications. So that is a session of today. Okay, thank you. Now I'm coming to Mulana. So now I'm asking the same common question. How many operating systems we can run and install this machine? And who would like to participate? They want to answer for this? Kindly unmute at your end. Your mic is mute, sir.
Sir?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
What was the question?
My question is that how many systems install in one machine? And my second question is that if we can install multiple systems, how many operating systems run?
2, sir.
Now, same question I'm asking for IT. And remaining centers they can do clear. Okay, now we'll start with the session. We have constraint of time. So, through this virtualization technology, we can install and run n number of OS. To demonstrate this, there is an open source VirtualBox available from Oracle on the site virtualbox.org. Already I have downloaded. And also there is a one website where 400 operating systems are available in open source domain, distrovast.com. So I have already downloaded BOSS. Now I'm going to give you the demo on this. After that, we'll start the session on JIT platform. I have installed. So you can see there were already few machines were there. Now I will show you how to install the new one. So we can click on new. Then as per our own requirement, we can select any operating system. If you are interested in installation of Windows, latest version like Windows 10 or old version like Windows 98, even those you can install on virtualization technology. We are interested in now in Linux. So again in Linux there are so many variants are available like Red Hat, Fedora, architecture base, Linux base, or if the name is not specific in this list, we can say other Linux, like we have given Oracle or other Linux. BOSS. So I'm going to show you the demo of BOSS, which is a 32-bit operating system, i386 based compatible. Now what I have done, okay, I am repeating what I have done. I have downloaded this virtualbox.org from virtualbox.org in Windows machine, and then install this VirtualBox. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I am going to show this website. When you click on the downloads, there are options are available. You want to download for Windows, you want to download for Solaris, for Linux or OS X or for some other. So accordingly you can download. Already I have downloaded and I have installed. And from this distrovast.com I have downloaded this BOSS. So BOSS can be downloaded either from this website or it can be downloaded from bosslinux.in. bosslinux.in. Here also there are resources are available, download links are available about the license, about the general queries, and so on. So this is developed and supported by CDAC with toll-free number and the email given on their website. So now I'm going to show you how to install this BOSS Linux. So we have clicked on new. When we have clicked on the new, we have to select which operating system we want to install. So it's a Linux based. So I'm selecting Linux. Now which Linux you want to install? So I'm specifying 32-bit, giving here BOSS Linux. Then we'll select next. So total RAM is available on this system is 4 GB. So we can select 1 GB, 2 GB as per our requirement. So I'm giving around 1500 MB RAM. Next. Then we'll create this hard disk. Then it is extension of that virtual disk image. So we are selecting here the size. It could be either dynamically or fixed size. The only difference in between both, you give the fixed size, and if we have given 10 GB, it will immediately create the file of 10 GB. And in case of dynamically, it will expand as per the requirement. So I'm giving dynamic allocated. So this is the name. So we can specify the size. So we can see how much size we have. Around 183 GB is free. So we can give 8 GB, 16 GB or more. Then we say create. Only we have created the environment. This is a step number 1. In step number 2, we must have the operating system. So already I have downloaded in the ISO format. Start button. When we click on the start button, it will ask for the operating system. So from here we can select. So I have copied this in the D drive. I've given boss. Then we can click on the start button. Now it's giving the option you want to start live or you want to install. So I'm giving the option install, graphical install or command based. So I'm giving graphical install. So you will find the graphical interface. Which language you want to use? So many Indian languages are available. So I'm going with the default one. So it's asking for our time zone, key map, configuration. bosslinux.in. Now there is a question from where we can download these ISO. So either from the particular, like if you want to download CentOS, we can go to the CentOS. If you want to download Ubuntu, we can go to the Ubuntu. If you want to download Boss Linux, we can go to their website Boss Linux. Otherwise, there is a common platform by the name distrowatch.com. Distro, D-I-S-T-R-O, watch, W-A-T-C-H-E.com. You can see from here also. Distrowatch.com. This is the website. Or we can go to the bosslinux.in and we can click on the downloads. When we click on the downloads, we have the option Boss, Boss Server, Boss Mool, or EduBoss. Description is also given here. If you want to do some experiment with Linux kernel to reduce coupling and increase the maintainability by object-oriented abstraction, we can go for this distribution. If we want some server point of view, web server, proxy server, mail server, LDAP server, SMS server, we can go for this distribution. If we want to use for education purpose, we can download this one. If we want to use general, we can download this desktop Boss 6 from here. So I already have downloaded to save the time. Now we are going for the installation. So it's asking for some few a common name like host name of the machine. I have given Boss, continue. Any domain name if you want to give. So I'm giving here boss.com. We can skip this also. The new user. So I'm giving here the username NITTR through which we are going to log in. So this is a username. We can give any password. So I have given the password 1. So you can see the installation is very easy. We can do a number of experiments using this technology. Now it's asking for the partitioning. We can go either manual partition or guided or using entire disk and set up the LVM or set up the encrypted LVM. So I'm going with the default option. So it will going to install on the selected disk. So write the changes to the disk. We'll say yes. So by the time it's installing, any question query from any remote center? Any remote center, any question query so far?
Hello. Hello.
What do you?
Hello. 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 Hello.
We can hear you.
Mixer, this is Atul from MMM Lana. Am I audible? Hello. Hello.
Srinagar. Yes, we can hear you.
सर हमारा मतलब विंडोज 64 बिट में इंस्टॉल कर रखे पर उसमें 32 बिट लाइब्रेरी सपोर्ट नहीं करती कभी, तो उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? हेलो,
Place? You are from which place?
RIT जयपुर.
Can you repeat the question? Your machine is of 32 bit?
सर मैंने मतलब 64 बिट में विंडोज इंस्टॉल कर रखी है उबंटू. तो उसमें 32 बिट लाइब्रेरी सपोर्ट करवाने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? मतलब उसमें 32 बिट का कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल नहीं कर पाता.
For that you have to reboot your machine, go to the BIOS settings and enable the virtualization technology. Then that option will come. Otherwise it will not show 64-bit option. I'm repeating the restart the machine, go to BIOS settings, then enable the virtualization technology from in the BIOS settings.
BIOS सेटिंग सर वहां से तो ऑन है वो पहले से ही, मतलब वहां से चेक कर रखी मैंने.
वहां पे you have to enable virtualization technology.
virtualization है ना वहां पे? हां ऑन इनेबल कर रखा है सर वहां से.
You are not getting option in the virtualization. I'm showing you when you click here new. If it's not showing you 64-bit, that means there is some problem with your BIOS settings. To get the settings of 64-bit, you have to enable virtualization VT technology in your BIOS settings.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question query from any?
Hello.
From any remote center?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, am I audible?
Audible?
Sir, I just want to ask one question. Sir, we have to purchase this particular for virtualization particular software. VMware.
Okay. Yeah, continue. Yeah, you have VMware and.
Hello. Sir, I just want to ask that we have to purchase this VMware software or is it open source?
So both are virtualization software. VMware is paid one, and this is a free and open source from Oracle. You can see we have almost completed our installation. So finally, it's now going to install this bootloader There are two main bootloaders in Linux, LILO and grub. So earlier Lilo became obsolete, but now it's again coming in the new distribution because of the fact of UEFI bootloader. So we will say yes and we'll continue. So we'll select the disk where we want to install this bootloader. So here you can see the instruction installation is complete. Now it's time to boot. As soon as we boot, our operating system is ready. So here is the option. We can use this. So I'm repeating the process with another distribution, AjuBoss. What we have done, we have launched this Oracle VirtualBox. Then we have created the environment in this way. Then we have given the RAM. We have created the virtual hard disk. We have given the size for this hard disk. Then we have clicked on the start button. It's asking for the operating system that is in the form of ISO. Then we have selected this and clicked on start button. Again, it's giving the same option. You want to start live or you want to install in text mode or graphical mode. So we have selected graphical mode. It's asking the same information. So we can give the username. It will ask for the password. So we are going to use the entire disk. So we are going to write the changes to the disk. It will ask for the bootloader and the installation is completed. So this is the advantage of virtualization technology. We can install n number of operating system and we can do n number of experiments. when we want to do some kind of experiment, we want to show some demonstration. Let's say we want to show the networking of Windows and Linux. Otherwise, we require 2 physical machines, so we can do the networking here. We can do a number of experiments. If we want to perform some, if we want to find the vulnerability of the operating system. So when we perform the attack on that machine, it will format this host machine. So instead of that, we can work in the virtualization environment. There are many advantages, especially for doing R&D, experiment, for teaching purposes, and many more advantages are there. So we are now about to finish this session on virtualization. Any question, query from any remote center? We are hearing you.
So what is the minimum RAM requirement for Linux?
Minimum RAM, it could be 4 MB also, it could be 256 MB RAM also, it could be 512 MB RAM. That depends on the requirement. Let's say you have very old hardware, and let's say i386. There may be only 4 MB RAM or 8 MB RAM. So for that you require specialized Linux by the name Mini Linux or Tiny Linux. And if you want graphical usage of graphical way, that will be only text based. If you want graphical lookout, you require minimum 512 MB RAM.
Okay, thank you.
So this is because there are more than 400 kind of distributions of Linux are available, which is compatible with all kind of hardware, architecture, and RAM. So you can work with the minimum RAM also and maximum RAM.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, Amit sir.
We can hear you.
There is a question from SSCT Pathankot.
Okay, Pathankot.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो आपने वर्चुअल बॉक्स यूज किया है, तो क्या हम VMware यूज कर सकते हैं इसके लिए बॉक्स के लिए?
As I mentioned earlier, VMware is also a good product of this virtualization, but VMware is a paid one, whereas this one is a free one from Oracle.
Okay, sir. ठीक है, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
We are hearing you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just want to ask what's the difference between reliable and grub?
Can you introduce yourself? You are from which college?
Sir, Tanani Mulana.
Hello, sir. I am from CB College of Engineering, Bhubaneswar.
1 second. First, we will attend this query from Mulana, then we will come to CV Raman, Odisha. Yeah.
Sir, what are the qualities of grub over LIN, Linux loader?
Can you repeat the question?
Sir, I just want to ask, what is the qualities of grub over LINO?
Okay. What are the qualities of grub over LILO?
Yes, sir.
Because grub has a lot of features as compared to the Lilo, like it can be like Lilo, there was a limitation, it cannot go beyond the partition, some limitation of the size of 1024 cylinders. Then grub has the capability for recovering, grub has the capability to reconfigure your bootloader with many operating systems. It is compatible with many file systems. Like in case of Windows, the anti-loader, which is NTFS. Then grub can be customized. So instead of developers, what they have done, instead of giving concentration on both of the bootloader, they have given more features to the grub. But nowadays there is a concept of UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, which does not allow simple bootloader to because there is a concept of signatures. And again, Lilo, which is under BSD license, and under BSD license it can be used with commercial products also. And some more features are there that I will give you more detail on this grub later on. So there is one question from CV Raman.
Hello, sir. My question is mainly what is the difference between partial virtualization and para virtualization?
What is the difference between
Virtualization and para virtualization?
Virtualization and
partial virtualization and para virtualization.
Okay. Virtualization is further classified into various categories, broadly in type 1 and type 2. Now, in case of we have the bottom layer, we have the hardware. Above that, we have operating system. Above that, we have virtualization software. Above that, we have virtual machines. And the operating system, which is on the hardware, is known as host operating system. If it get crashed, all the machines will get down. So in industry, they go for hypervisor 1. That means on the hardware directly virtualization. There is no operating system in between. Above that, multiple operating systems are there, virtual softwares are there. Further, it is classified into kernel, hardware-based para virtualization. So in Linux, there is one inbuilt virtualization software which support para virtualization. That means you can have the same kind of operating system. You cannot have different kind of operating system. So whereas in virtualization, fully virtualization, you can have different operating system you can install at the bottom layer. But in case of para virtualization, which is hardware dependent, first thing. Second, you can only install limited same kind of operating system. There is also one KVM, kernel virtualization technology, KVM. So in para virtualization, which is inbuilt in the Linux operating system, especially Red Hat, it can support only similar kind of operating system.
The similar kind of system means your physical machine and your virtual machine should be same.
Linux, you can install that para virtualization machines.
Virtualization machine, your virtual machine you have to create. That machine and original physical machine configuration should be same.
There was some noise in between. Can you repeat the question?
Actually, in case of para virtualization, already you have told both the machines should be same. That means your original physical machine and your virtual created machine, that both should be same as configuration.
Exactly.
Okay, sir.
So just if you are installing Red Hat Linux, so you can install only Red Hat Linux through para virtualization.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You cannot install Windows or different kind of other operating system on that. Whereas full virtualization with more hardware requirement. So you can see the virtualization technology is further classified into like hypervisor 1, hypervisor 2, further classified into fully virtualization and para virtualization. So we are using here fully virtualization.
So, sir, that means different virtual means different types of software are for different purposes. Suppose you are using full virtualization, in that case your virtual works. If you are using para virtualization, hypervisor or KPM,
Like in an organization, if you run some mail server, web server, and other FTP server. So through para virtualization, you can achieve that. You can have similar kind of copies of Linux on the same hardware, and you can run multiple instances of the applications and operating system of that.
Yes, thank you.
So here you can see our installation is almost complete. In this way, we can install n number of operating system on the same machine. We can do a number of experiments on using virtualization technology.
बढ़िया चल रहा है
बस वो बता रहे हैं So here you can see the OS operating system, which has inbuilt educational tools, dictionary, graphical tools are there, like Photoshop. Here, OS presentation, programming tools are there, sound tools are there. This way your session is ready. Now I'm about to close the session, and our expert has now going the session on GL Hub. So any question, query from any other remote center? Now I hand over the session to our expert, Mr. Vipin Gupta. We will talk on JIT platform for open source platform application developments.
Hello, this is Vipin Gupta.
ये हमारी कमेटी का काम नहीं है
रिक्वेस्ट
कि बस कमेटी ऑफ से आने की राइट वो तो सब लोग भेज ही नहीं कमेटी को
स्टार्ट करवा